That's not supposed to happen. No, I'm bad at welding, but this is next level. Oh, and if you do like to wear girls' clothes, that's fine, whatever. You do you. Hands up if you've run out of silage. That's right, people, I went away for a couple of days and I come back and I looked at the silage and I thought, oh, Dad must not have collected all those bales in. Nope, ate them all. Ate a lot. It's all gone. So we've got to go and mow some more grass. And if you haven't noticed, it's raining again. I mean, the sun's out, but everywhere is absolutely soaked. Went to mow some grass yesterday, just some deferred grass, which we'll talk about when we get up there. Dad's just gone to now bale it up. It's probably the wettest grass we've ever had to make silage of, but needs must. I'm just gonna go and put the wrapper on again to go and wrap up behind him. Then I'm gonna go and collect a few with the telehandler in the trailer because I don't need to wrap them all. Oh, but I'm gonna show you this. Look, 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 look. Can you see it? Look, oh, Jesus Christ, I tripped over. Look at that, woo! We got the bar done. I know it's a bit dark. You'll see it properly when we get around to actually drilling some grass seeds, if it ever becomes dry enough. It's just ridiculous. But look at that, look at this, look, look. And I painted it as well, which, I don't know, it makes me feel well fancy. Extended these pipes, used some of that pipe, which we heated it up to get it on there. It's so stiff on there, it's bloody brilliant. It fits perfectly. Extended them to there. Oh, an absolute dream. Someone was saying I wasted my time because I could have just shortened that little top link there. Can't shorten that little top link. We're on belts on this one, so it's belt driven off the PTO. So if we shorten that top link, it'll take the wheels out of line and it'll flick the belts off. And if we do shorten that, there isn't enough play in there to lift these coulters out the floor. And those coulters are completely wound up anyway. So we've got to do something different. That works perfectly. And I think that looks dead smart. I'm really pleased with that. Just hoping it works now. Anyway, I'm waffling. Tractor off. Let's go and do something. Stalled it. This thing stalls so easily. I'm in C range. Just rubbish. Anyone else's R series tractors just like, they just stall. They just stall for no reason. You're not doing anything. They just don't work. Just wait, what? That's not supposed to happen. Jesus, have you seen this? Look. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like it's been cracked for years, look, and it's just... You're joking. What the hell? Wow, there's always something. There's always something. Right, I'll have to see if we can deal with that. That's not what I was expecting when I put the wrapper on this morning. Oh my God, never-ending list of jobs. Genuinely can't believe that this has happened, but I need to change because I'm in my TorraMórs and that ain't welding wear. That's better. Honestly, at the minute, everything I touch breaks. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't know, I must be made of hydrochloric acid or something. Just cannot keep anything going. But it looks like these things screw in. So I reckon I can screw that out and probably take it in there and weld it back on the bottom. But then maybe if I do that, maybe it won't screw back in again. I don't know. Maybe is that a good idea? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Maybe I should just weld it in. We'll have a look, see what happens. Check this out, look, that has been welded up before. So whoever had it before us has made a really rubbish job. I mean, I'm bad at welding, but this is next level. And it should sit on there, but it doesn't even sit square. So I'm gonna have to build it up with some weld and hope for the best, because that's not great. Be better than a kick in the teeth, wouldn't it? Look at the gap, just like corroded away in there as well. Probably 1/2 centimetre, that's crazy. Maybe that'll do it. It looks bad, but not as bad as it did. Oh yeah, empty cattle yard before anyone gets their knickers in a twist. Right, let's hope that does it. Fingers crossed. While that cools down, we're gonna go and get a few bales. We don't need to get them all with the wrap on. We're gonna get today's and perhaps tomorrow's without wrap, but they do soon go off if you don't wrap them. So any more than a couple of days, yeah, forget about it. Just stick a few layers of wrap on. Might not put all 6 layers on. And thank you to everybody who commented about my layers of wrap. Yeah, I've been wrong for a long time. very long time, but I'm now right. You've put me right, which is good. We'll see how things go. This time next year, well, as long as we haven't run out of silage, we'll see how they look once they've had the right amount of wraps on them. Bit of grass about. Cows are still in this field, they're down there. Look, can you see them? And then look at that behind them. Mental. Oh my God, there's more bales in here than I thought it was going to be. Dad did say there was some stuff on it. I tell you, one thing we have to be on this field is really careful where we drive, because although it's on a bank, somehow it's really wet. And I don't quite know, there must be some sort of a spring or something, because just on that top there, you just find it and it's, oh, you're in a mess. Like, you're just going to sink. So we have to be kind of careful where we're driving. But this grass has been deferred from the cows that are grazing in this field. So I'm just going to round up a few bales, put them on the trailer, and then I'll explain to you what's going on, because it's a bit different. Just for giggles, shall we see how heavy these things are? Whew, 1.65 tonne for two. So what's that? Like 700 kilos each? Not quite? Mad. So let me explain what's going on here. I've got myself a few bales, so I think 6 on the trailer and 2 on the front's probably enough because it's a bit soft. So as you can see, the cows are right down the bottom there. They're grazing as a mob, so that's the heifers and then the first calvers. And we are going to chuck a few older cows in there ready for bulling, so we can just even up group numbers anyway. But they're down there. They've been grazing on this field ever since they've turned out. They started at the bottom corner here, worked their way up this side, and they got to somewhere about where those bales are on the hill just there, and then we took them off because it was so wet that we couldn't really go up there without making too much of a mess. Took them down to the bottom, brought them back up again, and they were on that side, and then exactly where those bales are now, there's a line you can see across the field. That's where we then decided to pull them off and put them back at the bottom again, deferring the grass that's at the top of the hill. Now the reason for that was because by the time we got to there, the grass growth was just going a little bit mad at that point. I think it got to about 50 kilos per hectare per day. We're now growing at around about 80 kilos per hectare per day last week. We haven't measured this week yet. So the grass is just flying ahead of cows. What we're trying to do is keep pasture quality. So as you can see here, this has been grazed, but look how it's grown. There's loads of clover in the bottom, loads of grass, and that lush grass is really good for your cows. But the longer grass, it starts to get just not quite so good. It's like a little bit more rank. It's not so palatable for the cows. It's not so good, but it makes decent silage. So what we do to keep pasture quality is go back over what we grazed before, because that shorter stuff is more nutritious, and that way we can get better growth for our cows. It's better for the cows, and we can take all of this stuff out for deferred grazing, either for short-term silage, which is like what we're doing here. We can make long-term silage and keep it out for quite a long time, or if, let's say, we went into a drought, which, I mean, take some drying up now, wouldn't it? If we went into a drought and we had that deferred grass, we could then start and use it almost like a standing hay and put cows back on it again. So we're just trying to keep pasture quality, keep the grazing down in front of the cows, and just keep those cows at like 3.5 tonne of dry matter, something like that, in front of cows if we can. So yeah, there's sort of 10 acres or so of deferred grazing here, and that's what we've took out just in front of the cows. And you can see where they've been. They moved this morning from there down to there, and the grass growth is insane. It's absolutely nuts. Bayla's romping away. Don't think she's missed a beat, not what I can tell from here anyway. Well, I'm gonna take these few back now and actually feed some cows, because I haven't given any silage this morning because we were fresh out. Oh, I have fed them, by the way. Like, I've not fed them. They've had straw, they've had the cereal. They've just not had their silage yet. Now we're getting into summer. I need to get some Baldy's Farm t-shirts made as well. Like, we're getting into summer now. Or, Keith, if you're watching, I'll get some vests made so you can complain I'm wearing girls' clothes again. Oh, and if you do like to wear girls' clothes, that's fine, whatever. You do you. Come on, girls. What are you doing all the way up there? Come on in. Come on. Remember, David Beckham wore a sarong once, and he's still doing all right, isn't he? I guess this is like zero grazing. Oh, it makes me really fancy, that does. Yeah, you know what, I hadn't thought about the fact that they're going to fall apart. That's going to be fun getting in the shredder. Maybe I should have put them over the shredder before I cut the net off. Oh, you live and learn. Let's try this one. I've just realised you're not supposed to call zero grazing anymore. I think it's supposed to be something like cut and carry, or something like that, because like vegans and PETA don't like it. Not Peter as a person, you know, P-E-T-A, Peter. You know what I'm on about. Oh, Jesus, that one's... Oh, that doesn't work better. I need to be smarter. I need to get much smarter. Right, that's the cows fed. Let's go wrap some bales. Right, I've got one more bale left, but I've got a bit of a problem. Just listen, see if you can hear this. It doesn't do it in manual mode, so I don't know if I can make it do it, but I'm putting it in auto. Like, just watch now, watch the bed. It comes down, and it like, see? What, it's like hunting. I'm confused at what it's doing. It's a hydraulic motor under there, and it's like it's slipping. I'm just not quite sure what's going on. It doesn't do it when it's going round. Shut that window, she won't hear me. Did it to start off with, and then it gets going and it's fine. And it slows down perfectly fine, kicks it off, and then when it goes back to reset, it's jumping. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to get underneath and have a look. Right, we've given the tractor a bit of time to cool down now because it seemed okay yesterday as far as the oil levels are concerned, but it was also warm. So you can get a bit of a false reading. So I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna just pressure wash it off and see what it looks like now, because it's a bit dark in this shed, I can't really see it very well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she has lost a bit of oil of late, you know, with the quality manufacturing that we've got going on here. And is it all tractor brands or just John Deere's that put them in the stupidest places you can't get them? You can see there, she's a little bit low. Maybe we'll put a bit of oil in her. That might well solve all my problems. We'll see. Let's have a go. Turns out that was actually a short-lived escapade because we haven't got any. So we're gonna have to go and get some. Dad's also given me another job, which is completely blowing my mind. You see this? This little rubber thing goes on the metering rollers on that drill. Somehow it kind of sits over the metering rollers. Not really sure how, I'm not gonna lie. He's told me it fits on there. I cannot, for the life of me, see how this thing fits. Can't find any bolt holes, can't find anything. So, yeah, that's gonna be a challenge. I've gotta work that one out. But as the weather continues, I'm gonna head off and see if I can go and find some oil from Mr. Catley. Anyway, whatever you get up to this weekend, have a good one, look after yourselves, and I will see you in a bit. Thanks for watching, ta-da! Newsflash, got some oil. Well, that was a complete failure. More thinking needed. Ta-da! Hey, if you haven't seen it already, why not check out this video? Or you can subscribe by clicking on that logo. Alternatively, head to www.bodysfarm.com where you can read more about the farm, check out some blog posts, or treat yourself to some of the amazing clothing that we wear here every single day. Cheers!